Alright, Mini Bike Action, John here. Back with my 2019 Vader. For you guys that have been following the channel, you know what's going on with this bike and everything that's been done to it and what I've been up to with it. And for those of you who don't, you might go back and check all the other episodes or short videos on all the things that have been done to this bike. Not a lot of work videos. I just try to outline what's done and how to do it and where to get the parts to do it and what works and what doesn't work. This, as you know, has the 141 kit. Anyway, I've been away from the channel, but I haven't been just sitting idle. I did get out and race in round 4 of the Northwest Mini Moto Challenge, and I did manage to pull off a first place in the Formula 125 class. I was pretty proud of that. There's just that you can see a couple of photos of me and one of the main guys. That was my nemesis out there. Now he was a fast dude, and I got the whole shot to the first corner, and I was able to hang on to the lead. And if you look closely, you'll see that there is. You can see that there's a GoPro on my chest, okay? And I had that on there all day, taking videos of the racing and stuff. And at the end of the day, I did a bad high side and crashed. That's where high side's where your back tire comes way out and then grabs. Back tire slides out, then grabs, and it sends you flying over the top of the bike. So it was an ugly crash, and it smashed the GoPro. And somehow it corrupted all my stuff that was on it. It's just black screen. So I don't know what happened, but I do know that there's no data. I have nothing. I don't have the crash, So in the crash, I did manage to destroy the Grom plastic I put on there. On this side, the handlebars, everything got smashed. When I race, I take this off, of course. I take the fairing, all the stuff off the front. It's probably really dark. I wanted to show you guys something while I got the bodywork off. I've kept the airbox on this bike, as you guys know that have been following. I kept the airbox. I found the right intake manifold, the 26 millimeter intake, with that rotator plate that puts the carburetor in the perfect spot. And then I just used radiator hose, which is a lot bigger diameter. Used that to go into my airbox, put the K&N air filter inside. And then on this side, I added the 2 added snorkels underneath there. And this time around, what I always wanted to do is make those vents on the side do something, have some sort of function on the second gen. So I took and made this air tube that goes from the airbox, and with this boot here, it hooks up to the vent that's on the outside of the bike, and I put a little black screen in the vent so it looks cool. And it gets all because the airbox gives you a nice deep tone, gives your intake a nice deep kind of roar. It's like a speaker box. Gives it a nice deep tone, and it gives you a nice intake. So I wanted to bring that sound out, and you can definitely hear it come out the side of the bike when you're on it. You can hear it the intake roaring. It's kind of neat. So yeah, this engine was pushed to its limit, race after race, lap after lap, qualifying runs after qualifying runs, just maxed out all day long, revved out with this kit and the camshaft and all that in there. And it's holding up excellent. It's not, it doesn't use any oil right now to speak of. Spark plug never has anything on it. It runs really clean. It's powerful, but I think what's happening now is after a whole season of racing, I think I'm going to go ahead and tear it down. I mean, I probably should put a new piston in there and but I'm going to tear it down and inspect all the bearings and transmission gears and everything inside. See what's happening there. See if everything's kosher. And then probably put a V2 race head on this, because you have to run the stock engine in the 125 Formula class. You can't be running any other engine if you want to qualify for that class. And otherwise you'd be running like an open class or something, which you just get dusted. So, well, not necessarily. I came in 6th in one of the opens, so I didn't get dusted. But anyway, the V2 head I think would be cool on there. But the bike held up really good. You know, it held up really good throughout all that racing and all the abuse it took. You know, all I did was change the oil and check the valves and went back out and raced it. The pipe I made, the low pipe, with the long tube header that swings around under there and gives you, and then you got the megaphone here. Excellent mid-range. Really pulled the mid-range out. Hardly did anything to the top end. Still has excellent top end. But the mid-range torque that pipe, that long pipe brought out is incredible. I recommend those. Anyway, I went ahead and got new Grom plastic parts. It scraped up the fender. It did some pretty major damage, and I went ahead and bought a new set of plastics. So yeah, that's it. I wanted to celebrate my win there, show you guys that have been following the channel that we got a win. We brought home a win in the first year with this Vader. And if I hadn't bought this Vader, I probably would never have gone out and raced. So it's really fun what this bike has done as far as keeping this retired guy busy and going out and having fun on it. Pretty neat. So anyway, that's it for now, you guys. Take care, and thanks for subscribing. And if you have any questions or anything you want to know about or see on these bikes, just leave them in the comments. And leave me a like if you like it, and take it easy. Vader later.